What's going on, good people? What's going on? Y'all know what time it is? Hold on, wait
Yeah,
a minute. In case you didn't know what time it is, guess what? It's Wind Down
it's one
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And as you can see, we are really like, I'm here and my sister friend is there. You know,
Yeah,
we still got to do that from time to time. You know, we still have to do that from time to time. But y'all know how we do it. And you know who I am. Do I really need to introduce myself? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm Sandy. And as you guys can see, I am sitting here with my girl.
hey, it's Chanice. Y'all know how we do it. It's Wind Down Wednesday. You may be asking, why she got her mask on? Well, I'm at my daughter's school, and she got a basketball game today. So, germs is floating around everywhere, so I got on my mask. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday.
And what we say to that, the end. No other
Period.
explanations are needed. And
Yeah,
actually, you probably told the people too much, but it's okay. You know, sometimes, they're a little nosy anyway. So we got to let them know what's going on and what's happening. So in the
yeah.
meantime, how your week? How's your week, sis? How your week?
It's been going. It's been going super fast. We got the game that's coming up, so that's pretty exciting. Who Dey, tired of Who Dey, Bengal Nation, real fans out there. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
So hopefully
Yes.
we pull
So
out a win. I'm sorry, Roll Tide. I know you Roll
yeah,
Tide.
roll tide all day long, roll tide. You know me, it's all good. And
Yes,
I'm a
but
ride
we've
or
been
die
great
tide
though.
fan.
Yes,
The end. It don't matter. Nothing else matters. So
yeah. So my
we're
week
good.
has been great. It's been going fast. So, how about you? How's your week going?
Baby, listen. I tell people all the time, if it was any better, I'd be retired twice. So
Amen. I hear
when
you.
God is good,
Come retire me then. You know what I'm saying?
God is good. It's all good. Life is definitely good. So for me, my week has been phenomenal. It has been great. I'm alive and well. Nothing that I can really, some major things are about to happen that I'm excited about. I'm excited about, I'm
Yes.
really excited about it. So I want everybody to stay tuned because it's really something big. I've been working on it for a little while now. So in the meantime, in between time, what's going on, Kelly Prather?
Kelly, what's going
What
on?
our people who I just ran into last week and had no clue, but she's running for an office soon. We ain't gonna tell nobody yet until I'm gonna let her tell it. So, hey, thanks for tuning in,
Yes, thank you.
Kelly. We appreciate you. Thanks for the love and the support. And thanks for watching every week. But y'all know how we do it. We always try to bring somebody here for you all, give you some information, because we ain't experts at this. We like what we do. And you're so welcome, Kelly. You're so welcome. Matter of fact, we don't like what we do. We
We
love what
do. We do.
we
Yes.
really love what we do. So in the meantime, in the between time, we want you guys to tune in and listen because from all the way from matter of fact, the game was over there on Monday night. And I don't know if they were at the game or if they was just chilling, relaxing somewhere, watching the game. But all the way from Indianapolis,
Indeed. Yes.
Indiana, we're going to
Yes.
bring somebody in here so they can tell you about a little bit of something that's going on and how you may be able to do a little bit of this and do a little bit of that.
That's
But
right.
y'all know how it is. Y'all know what we do. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to all the deacons, missionaries, saints, and
And
friends,
friends to welcome our
welcome Miss Kelly Taylor.
Hey y'all.
Welcome Miss Kelly Taylor,
Hey.
welcome.
all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana.
All the way. Thank you for
Yes.
having me.
You're
No
welcome. Hey,
problem.
thanks for coming.
Yes.
Now we're not gonna hold that against you because you live in Indy. We're not gonna hold that against you.
Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It's okay. But thanks for being here and thanks
Yes.
for coming on and talking to us because, we always try to bring people on so we can talk about different things that's happening because right now during the pandemic, things are kind of difficult and hard for some people. But in the field that you're in,
Yes.
the pandemic has probably really helped you, and with the interest rates and everything. But we ain't gonna get into all that right now.
Okay.
How about you tell people a little bit about you?
Yes, who are you?
Hello, thank you for having me once again. My name is Kelly Taylor. I work for Fathom Realty. Just a little bit about me. I'm actually dual career. I work in healthcare too, so I just decided to get into real estate. Got my license back in October, and yes, it has been nonstop. So it is really a good time to be in real estate.
Hey,
I mean, is it a real good time to be in real estate, or is it a great time to
good.
be?
It's a real good time to be in real estate if you have the person who is selling their home. Okay.
Yeah.
So in all actuality, it's good for a seller and not too good for a buyer.
Correct. It's good for a listing agent. Yes.
So how long have you lived in Indiana?
All my life. So
Really?
Indianapolis is hometown for me. Yes. So of course my grandfather and grandmother are from the South.
What part? Wait a minute, what part?
Mississippi.
Oh yeah, we ain't related. We related.
Okay. Yep. So you got Kansas. We're all over Georgia. So what part are you from?
Well, I'm actually from Alabama, Roll Tide. I'm from Alabama.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're over there in that part.
Born and raised down there, but I came up here, like here I am, career path, everything changes for people. So
Absolutely.
well, once again, thanks for coming on. So you said you was in the healthcare business.
Yes.
Are you still in it or you wasn't?
I'm dual career. So I've been in healthcare for over 10 years. So that it kind of made it a seamless transition into real estate because I'm all about customer service, client care, and things like that. So that's kind of why I made the transition into real estate. So yes, I am still working both.
Well, you a beast.
Working.
Man.
Girl boss. Man. You know what I mean?
Man. I mean, I work from home 3 days a week. So
Okay.
that kind of helps to, it's not as physical.
Okay.
So, right. Cancer research. And so I'm a doctor. So yeah.
Oh, well, good. So you're married?
I am. To my husband. Yes.
I hope. I mean, yeah, somebody, yeah. My partner, my husband. Is it a dog, cat, or a fish? I hope
makes me blush.
Yes, Kelly is not single. She is not single.
Still makes me blush after all these years. So got married. I've been married since 2008. So
okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it'll be 14 years this year.
Girl, don't say think. You got to know.
Well, this is between 13. There's like so much going on. Real estate, numbers. Everything is about numbers, So
yeah.
So how do you like being in real estate?
Actually, I love it. It's really, really consuming. It's your business. You're building your business, so you can kind of work it the way you want to, and you're independent. So it's just a lot of things that I'm actually learning coming from a team environment. So it's actually really keeping me busy a whole lot. I'm trying to brand and just build and get my organization skills. It's just pushing me to a whole nother level. And so that's what I really like about it.
So do you have, are you working under someone or do you have your own agent?
Yes. All agents, real estate agents, sales persons, they have to work under a managing broker. Yes, I do. I work for Fathom Realty. So they're more virtual based. Whereas you got a lot of the larger corporations or they have the office where you can go in and work and have the computer space. But the company that I work for, it's more virtual. We don't have the office space.
Okay, so do you find out more convenient, especially in the day of time with, the pandemic and everything happening basically virtually? A lot of kids are going back to school virtually. Does that seem easier to you?
It is, but For me, I would actually recommend like new agents to get into the office environment to kind of learn from the more experienced agents, because you can learn how they talk to clients, how they just go about building their business. So, but I actually experienced that. I worked for the larger corporations for a little bit over a month. And so I did get that feel. It was a lot of hustle and bustle. So it's helpful in real estate. You need that hustle and bustle. So it kind of set me up to be okay to be on my own independently.
So what about
Now,
competition? Do you feel like that's more competitive to be in the field, or and when you were with the bigger corporation, do you feel like it was more competitive being in the building versus virtually?
Honestly, I did. I was with a bomb team, but they have been in it a little longer than I had. And so they were like closing deals. And it is so for me as a new agent, it made me feel like I was kind of behind. And so it was a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time, it was motivating.
Right.
So it just depends on your personality and how it's just a personality thing.
Right.
I don't think, and I'm a outgoing person. I consider myself an outgoing person, very much a social butterfly. I like doing things and going places, but I'm gonna tell you right now, selling houses and cars ain't something that I want to even think about doing.
Yes, it's a whole different level.
I can't even imagine, because how much time does it take away? Because it can, because that's where you get your money from. That's how you earn your living, is through selling houses or property, whatever the case may be. I mean, how often or do you feel bombarded or overwhelmed when it takes you away from your family? I mean, do they complain at all about that? Is your husband complaining about you?
He is, but you gotta create a strategy and get them involved, right? You gotta make him think he's a part of the business. So that's what I had to, so I get him to help me like find different things. And so now he's involved. So, it's just but yes, they do. They're very needy and they complain, but now I just get them involved. And so if I close the deal, then of course, you wouldn't have did that without me. So, right. You helped out with that. So,
right.
It's just, it's all fun.
Right.
It is. And I can imagine, because I know a few, Shanice and I know some realtors around here. I know one that they do a phenomenal job with staging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now they sell and stage. Now, with you and your husband, you just said you have to make him feel like, a part of the team. And then, have you ever thought about possibly doing something like that with him, since y'all both, semi-working together? I'm just throwing it out there, I'm just throwing that thing out there.
Let me write that down, because no, not until you mentioned that. Okay.
Yeah, add that to your list.
Thank you.
Yes.
No. That's a great idea.
Because like it is, it's selling. It's got to be the hours are long. I mean, extremely long. You got to have a pretty decent car. You can't spend no money on no bootleg car, because you got to go back and forth to see clients. You got to go here and you got to go there. So it's very time consuming. That's another reason why I'm just like, no, I'm not trying to get up in the middle of the morning or 6 or 8 o'clock, 7, 9, 10 or whatever. I got to be on this side of town and go. Now, do you find that stressful?
It is consuming. I don't find it stressful because for me, it's all about helping, that person get their forever home, dream home. So it's more of a challenge for me, especially if they do close on that home. So
talk to us a little bit about hey Lisa, thanks for tuning in.
What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Talk to us a little bit about your first few homes that you closed on. Like how was that interaction? How was that process for you, being kind of newer to the business?
it was actually wonderful. I mean, I've met some great people, and I mean, who now I consider my family. I done been invited to, weddings and things like that. So it's just, helping them, allowing them to trust me, through the
Right.
process, and building relationships. Because longevity in real estate is being able to, have those lifelong relationship with the clients and getting referrals, so word of mouth is
Right.
in real estate. And so just remaining professional. But my first transaction, my client, she was from Evansville. She met a guy. Oh, hold 1 second. How do I get that? Okay, here I
We
am.
can still hear you. There we go.
She met her husband here, and she packed up everything she had and moved here, and they bought a home, and I was able to help them with that process. It was a beautiful experience. So that's what it's all
Wow.
about for me.
Yeah, because
That's,
now you really think about it, you're a part of their life for forever. As
that's
long as they're
Yep.
married, they'll always remember you helping them buy their first home together. You're being a part of,
Yes.
and the one thing that I know that Shanice and I know, a realtor here, and what he does is that he reaches out even on, Christmas, Thanksgiving, different holidays, he'll still reach out to all of his clients and just check in to make sure everybody is okay, because you just never know when something happens and I may be needing a house, or somebody they know may be needing to buy some commercial property. So he keeps in contact, and I think that's a great idea. So if you want to
very
pick that
Yeah.
little nugget up too, want to grab that little nugget, you
Yes.
can take that little nugget too.
Actually, that's good stuff. That's good. Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely and welcome, to Wind Down Wednesday. You guys know how we do it. It's every single Wednesday. We're here at 6 p.m. and we have a realtor with us, Kelly Taylor. We're talking to her, ask the question. So please feel free to chime in and ask some questions. But we can definitely connect you with other realtors that's here in Cincinnati, since you're there, and Indy. You know what I mean? Networking is always important, which is
Absolutely.
a key in entrepreneurship. So
It
yeah,
is.
definitely.
I'm never too busy for a referral.
I heard
Got
that.
it.
I know that's right. So plug us really quick and let us know how they can contact you. For those that are in Indy, may have family members, may want to get a property in Indy.
Absolutely.
Give us some of your information.
Yeah, so Facebook, you can find me on Taylor Made Realty. That's TAYLOR Made, MADE. That's all one word, Realty. That's on Facebook. On Instagram, I am, it runs together. Taylor Made, all one word, _ Fathom Realty. You can find me there. Or call me at 317-345-3550.
Got it.
Busy for a referral.
Got
Yes.
it. Now my question is, how has the pandemic, has it helped, or has it hurt the industry of selling and buying homes?
I wouldn't necessarily say it hurt it, because there's a lot of people that are getting pre-qualified or pre-approved for a home. It's just beautiful to see a lot of our people getting pre-approved and getting into homes, but it's not a lot of inventory. It's just not, and so it is a fight. Oh, and it's just the fight is so brutal too. So, you can think that you have the best offer in, and then you come and find out that you didn't get it. So it can be very discouraging for the new buyer. So it's just, making sure you get a great realtor that kind of explain the process and let them know what's going on, and create different strategies for success for your clients.
Being a Black female, what's the difficulties being Black and selling homes or houses, or being in the industry that you're in? What's the difficult piece about that? I mean, because for some of us it's really hard. For some women, to fit into an industry where it's predominantly Caucasian or predominantly by whites or white males, how easy is it for you to be in the real estate industry, or is it easy at all, being a Black female?
I was gonna say, where do I start? Which occupation do I talk about?
Both. You can talk about both.
Both,
Talk
Is
about
yeah.
you know, honestly, what led me to real estate was because I have a background in healthcare management, and so I've always had like roles as a Black female. I've always had different jobs, but I've been expected to be like the leader, but never had the actual role, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they expect for me to lead high, but when it comes to me applying for those positions, they never gave me the opportunity. Is even though I was qualified from, on paper, I checked off all the boxes. So, that's why I was like, let me get into real estate. That way I can run my own business, do things my way. And that's also, leadership. But let's just be honest. It's competitive. Real estate is very, very competitive, and
Right.
location is big. So sometimes when they see me as a Black realtor and I maybe have a client that is looking for a home in a particular area, you know, I might not get the bid on the home. And so that could be all just, in my mind, but sometimes I feel that way, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's competitive. It's very, very competitive. I mean, real estate at the end of the day, let me just be honest. I think it comes down to numbers. It's all about the
Right.
number more though than I think it's about me being a Black female.
and you said location is key. And I think we all know location is key. And the unfortunate piece on the
Mm-hmm.
high end areas in Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
do you get a lot of phone calls from individuals that are selling? I mean, because let's keep it 110% here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what's going on,
Yeah,
Precious?
that's for me.
Thanks for tuning in. Do you get a lot of people calling you to sell their house on high end? And the reason why on the high end houses, the ones that are up in, up on the hill, the $1 million houses, do you get phone calls from those individuals wanting you to sell their house?
No, but I would love to. If anybody's on here listening right now that has a luxury home in the Noblesville, Carmel area, hit me up. I would love to help you sell those homes. And what I have found out and done research is a lot of those luxury homes, people that are listing their luxury properties, they want you to kind of, as a realtor, live in those areas, right? Because they feel like that you are more relatable to them, if you will. So, they would know how to sell my home because they live in a luxury home. So I'm striving to get into a luxury home so I can sell some luxury homes.
So,
That's
with
based,
you,
I'm looking at that based on color.
yeah, yeah. So with that, with that being said, um, does that kind of changes the game a little bit? I guess you could say because of the area that certain realtors are living in. Is that some of the competition as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lot of people that realtors that live in those luxury areas who and here's the thing, it could be maybe they feel like that they know the area,
Right.
and so um it's very, very competitive. Very
And
competitive.
Has
but
there been
as we
any
say,
homes? I was gonna say, has there been any homes that you've shown that you like? Ooh, I would like this one for myself.
Absolutely. They have all the models, the new builds is what they call them. They're absolutely gorgeous, luxury. So yeah,
It's coming. You gonna be in one.
abs-
We
absolutely.
speaking that thing.
And
let
then
me tell
I'm okay. Listen, I'm okay with living in the inner city. I grew up in the inner city. I don't necessarily have a luxury home. The way the market is always changing. 1 minute it may be luxury up north, and then 10 years from now it may be luxury where I'm at in the inner city. So, I don't get caught up on all of that. I think it's just about word of mouth referrals and just your sphere of people.
Yeah.
Your
So
target
do you
audience.
think that,
Yeah.
do you think that the industry or the market is going to change anytime soon, or do you think that the market is going to remain the same as it is?
I
Or
mean,
can you, because it's really hard to say, but
as of right now, it's
market.
If I'm talking about today, it's remaining steady. The average home that is selling right now is between $220,000 here, and that's just the average price for a home. So I think they had maybe 115 new listings, 160 houses that were pending. So it is still crazy. I don't know if I had already mentioned this, but I had a client. We put in an offer, and it was $8,000 over asking price. I was so confident that I had this. I'm like, we was high-fiving and things like that. And got an email within an hour later that our offer wasn't accepted. It was over 30 plus people who had put in a bid for that particular home. And so it's still crazy. 30 people for one home had put in an offer on it. And that was $8,000 over asking price.
So somebody outbid it the 8,000.
Correct. And here's the thing. And so not only did somebody, it was two other people, because he had accepted an offer, but he had two on standby.
See?
Wow.
And Precious said she hoping that the market does change, because right now the market, it ain't for her, and it ain't for everybody, because it is so crazy.
Yes.
It's really, she said that happened to her son a few times just this year. I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous where the numbers are you talking about $8,000. So somebody outbid it. They wanted that house so bad.
Mm-hmm.
They either went $10,000 or whatever it is to get that house, which is crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
But it's happening.
And so that's why it's hard for realtors, because you have to have, your clients, you have to explain this going in that, hey, you're a buyer and it's a very competitive market, because they can get discouraged very, very easy, especially if they're first time home buyers.
Right.
It makes it like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. But it's like, that's just the market that we're in. So you have to be very, very patient and very, very competitive, especially if this is a home that you want. Far as putting in the bid.
Because it's almost like it's not, but because we're talking about money in a larger volume, but it's almost like, I don't know if you guys know about the site Bid FT, where it's an item and you bid on it, and then whoever bids the most or the quickest or whatever, that's who gets it. It's kind of like that.
Yes.
It's unpredictable.
Yes.
It is. So because I thought about selling my condo and moving into an apartment, because I'm like, pretty much it ain't nobody but me. But my thing is, I don't want to do that, because I want to buy a small little cracker box house, just so I can have a backyard. But I don't know if I want to do that either. So the market is crazy. And just like Precious said, it's ridiculous. I don't know if this market is for me, and it don't look like it's going to change anytime soon. But my next question to you is, what are the...
Are you there? Did I lose?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We
I don't know. You kicked the button. Did you click the button?
You good.
Can you look? She didn't click the button. Kelly, you didn't click the button. You got to go out and come back in. Yeah, she got to go. She said, Precious said she can make a killing. Me too, Precious.
Listen,
I do. That's me. I don't want to sell mine either, because I think in the long run I will regret the fact, because I think you never get enough. You would never get enough money for your place. You never get enough money for your house. And plus, it's tax write-offs. I mean, you can use your house as a write-off. For taxes. You can't use no apartment for a write-off for taxes.
Right.
But you can use it. And I'm with you. I'm just totally with you. Make a killing off my place. But I don't know if I'm trying to do all that.
But I would say before you think about it, just take some time, pray about it, because look at me, a realtor, just because the apartments, they kind of went up. Like, I mean, they're just kind of competitive with the market. Like,
Yeah,
it's so expensive for an apartment right now. So you'll get in
yep,
there and you fussing about, paying 3 times as much as you would probably pay for your condo. And
Right.
so sell it, you better find somewhere. If you list your condo, you better have somewhere to go
yeah,
immediately.
Yes.
yeah. And Precious
Precious said
said she
she
loved her
still ain't moved.
neighborhood. She loved her home. She said it's not worth it to me. And to me, if when you think about it, we talk about investment. Sometimes that's an investment property. So even if you moved out into an apartment, you can use that as an Airbnb.
You could.
There's ways
You
that you can
could.
use your property to be residual income.
You definitely could. But just be ready to go. Just be ready to have somewhere to go.
Yep.
Got it. How are the foreclosures during the pandemic? What are the foreclosed houses looking like? Are the numbers up, or have they stagnated, or?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really experienced in that area, because a lot of times, foreclosures, you can pretty much buy those on your own. You don't necessarily all the time have to have a realtor. So just go through a lender. I'm not really experienced in that area though.
Got it.
No
So
problem.
what are the basics? What are the basics? Just the basic stuff you need other than money. What is the
Right.
basics that you need to get a house? I mean, because you can get a loan, but what is the basic? Let me see if you know the answer to this question too, because we can ask somebody else. The percentage, your whatever that score is, your credit score. What should your credit score be
The idea,
to get a
yeah.
house?
Somewhere in the 600s. But it's just more than, a lot of people don't know. It's more than just, the number itself, because you can have a good number, but then you have stuff on collections that they kind of look at that they want you to still take care of before you can even get pre-approved. So it's not necessarily, you want to have the higher score for a great interest rate, but you want to just, if you got anything in collections that you can work on before you have on your credit, I would say take care of that first.
So what if somebody has something that's showing in their, you mentioned collection, that's showing in their collections, but years have passed and it's paid for and it's done. Should they have that removed?
Yes.
Or do they still have excesses of seeing it once it's removed?
Yes, you can still see it, even though like it can have charged off, but it can still show on your credit. So if you can get someone to have it removed, you can also see that your credit rate will go up also once you have that removed.
That's good to know.
How's that process been? How's that process been? Have you had a lot of clients that have had that issue?
Yes. It's a group called Lexington Law. It's all different type of people out here. I don't know if you guys know of any, but they can go in and have those things removed off of your credit. So that way, when you have it pulled, it doesn't show, because they will leave it on there and it will be held against you with some lenders, especially, they have different programs out here that offers 100% financing for a lot of people, where you don't have to put down payments, don't have to pay any closing costs, but they will pull that. They will do a hard pull, and sometimes they will see those things on there that you didn't even know that were on there. So if you can have somebody professional to have them remove or take a look at it, it's helpful in the long run.
So what's the best place to get your loan from? I mean, should it be a bank, credit union, or should it be a mortgage broker?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good, Shawnee, like Shawnee said, it's your opinion, but I think you should interview multiple lenders.
Because I know I was talking to somebody and they were like, this is what they said, being a realtor, that they recommend going through a mortgage broker instead of the bank or credit union.
I've heard a lot of experienced people that they don't like going through banks. you know, because it's a bank and sometimes they don't lend you as much, or it could be, you know, they have a little bit more criteria that you have to meet to get approved. So
Or
it's just,
FHA loans, grants, which ones are easier to, I guess that's based on what? Income?
what was the question? I'm sorry.
FHA loans or if you're going for a grant, are they easier based on, are they easier to get based on your credit score or your income or whatever? Because FHA loan is different from a grant that you're putting in for. Is that right?
It is. Those are two different things. But yes, FHA usually people get approved for an FHA loan who, in my opinion, has a lower, which, you know, these are more lender questions, but if FHA oftentimes are, you know, if your credit is not at where it needs to be to get a conventional loan. Conventional loan is ultimately what you want when you have a decent or a better credit score. Because not all the time, you know, because FHA, it's different FHA's loans too. So that's why, you know, these are different lender questions. You got some FHAs where you can qualify and you have to put 3.5% down. And then you have other ones when your credit score is maybe like a 500, they want you to put 10% down. And then you have also, you can get an FHA where you get 100% finance. And so it's just all based off your credit. And like I said, those are more lender questions.
And it's good to clear up those things. If the bill has been paid off and it's just sitting dormant, if a bill has been paid off and it's just sitting there and it shows it's been paid for years, should you have that removed? That we lost it in. I'm wondering if we should have. I believe you. I was told you should, because it helps you.
I would think anything that was going to be negative and going to, you know, going to bring down your score, you definitely want to have it removed.
But that's what I was informed, that if you have something on your credit that you paid for and it's paid and it's lying dormant, it's sitting there, you should have it removed, because if you don't have it removed, it's gonna continue to show up on your credit, and it may cause harm when you're trying to buy a house. Is that true?
That is true. That is true.
Hey, AJ,
What up,
thanks for
AJ?
calling in. Do you find a lot of people ask you like, hey, I paid this off, why is it still on there?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you can dispute it. You can write a letter. You can do the work yourself. So you can just get the address, you know, print out some type of template and say, hey, you know, or you can call and have them to remove it out and say, hey, this is my receipt. I paid this and it's still showing. So you can do the legwork yourself, or you can hire, you know, a legal team to do the same thing. So it is beneficial to have it removed. And that's happened to me. Like, I paid off something, it has charged off, but it's still pulled when they pull my credit. And so I had to go and I had to do the legwork, because it prevented me from getting, you know, my loan at that time.
So people, y'all heard that. You got something on your credit. So Credit Karma and some other stuff, and some other stuff for folks. I'm just saying that they what is the best way for an individual to find out what is exactly on their credit report? Which, I mean, because they might want to know this before they go buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best that they can do? You know, everybody can't hire no lawyer, you know, to look and see and try to get stuff off of their record and make it clean or get it cleaned up. So what is the best way, or the best whatever credit joint? Now, I ain't gonna say Credit Karma, because a lot of people logged into Credit Karma and running their credit. Equifax or Equifax or whatever it's called.
They get a lot of karma happening right now. So yeah.
So, what's the best thing or way you think an individual, how can they find out what's on their credit?
I would, just most people I think know what's on their credit at the end of the day. So, they just, I think they just get shocked sometimes, but like you can pay something off. Just going to those bureaus, I think Equifax is a TransUnion and Experience. So I think what they pull is the same thing that you will be able to see.
Well, I don't think everybody knows what's on their credit now. Because if somebody knows your information, if somebody know your information, somebody know your information.
Well, hey, I would say a tax professional. So, if they don't know if it's on there by checking, going to the bureaus and seeing what's on there, But most of the time, I think some people, not all, I'm not saying, they know kind of what's on there.
Right.
Because, family members are brutal.
Ain't gonna tell you everything.
No, they're not. That's my, that's what I was about.
Fee. Look, you got to pay another fee for that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
That's true.
A fee.
That's true. I would say get a professional to, for credit.
Because if you do, because Credit Karma is free, I think. I don't know.
It is. It's like a little app that you can use, and it's not accurate at all.
It's probably not as safe because you got to put your personal information in there, so that's not as safe.
That's true. That is true.
And a lot of people use that, and they go by that because they do feel like it's safe, and if they see that something's on there, it may not be on there, and it may be on there when they, do a real credit report, trying to buy a house, it could still be on there. But because you all know, family members have a tendency to utilize somebody else's stuff.
It's so terrible. Yeah.
And when you're trying to buy a house or a car or a condo or whatever, you're trying to purchase some major making a major purchase with something that's going to, down the roads, that's going to help you. You look on there and somebody got a phone and utility bill.
Somebody done used Shaniqua's social security number. She was newborn.
Right. How can an individual, can they dispute that?
I mean, you could just dispute it. These are kind of tax questions, for more of a tax professional. But I went on and disputed things from, the actual site. Experian, you go on there. It's a link on there to allow you to dispute it. And
so have you had to help one of your customers with that? Trying to dispute it and get it knocked off. Because that holds the process up when you're trying to buy a house for them.
That's the first thing that I recommend for my clients. If you got something on there, go in and dispute everything. Before you pay it off, dispute it. And they have went on there, and I would say maybe 1 out of 4 of the things do fall off. So
it's worth a try. That's
it
what
is.
It sounds
Absolutely.
like. It's worth a try. And it's going to save you so much precious time.
Yes. Dispute everything.
If you know it doesn't supposed to be on there and you didn't do it, we recommend you dispute it, because higher your credit score, the better it is a chance that you will have to buy a house. Yes, because that's what unfortunately they base it on. That's what they base buying houses on, is your credit score.
That's true.
I mean, that's the unfortunate.
That's true.
To be quite honest, everything now, I mean, your cell phone bill, they be running your credit.
Yes, they do.
It's a different time now. Like it's not like it used to be. Like they'll get some electric cut on, they go run your credit. You know what I mean? Like it's almost gonna be where you gonna have to run your credit to buy a sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
providing your social, they're running your credit score.
Yeah.
So do you foresee yourself how long do you see yourself selling real estate, selling houses, being a realtor? How long do you foresee yourself doing this?
I'm going to keep my license for a lifetime. I'm going to keep it for a lifetime. And as long as I got family and friends who want to own their own home, I would love to help them. So, yeah, I'm building a business. Like, I'm not about to give it up no time. I'm an entrepreneur for the first
I
time.
know that's right. That's right. Right. That's
You
right.
know,
And see, and that's why we wanted to talk to you, because you are a first-time entrepreneur. You know, you're not just the first time, you're a Black female entrepreneur doing this thing in Indianapolis, trying to get, you know, these people to come to you so you can help them in more ways than one, because, you know, you got the medical field thing going on for you too.
yes. So thank God for that, for sure.
So you are busy.
Yeah, I am. And so, like we mentioned, a wife, and then I have a son who's in college, and a 12-year-old. He's into sports. So it is very busy. Not to mention my listen, I have a large family, you know, so between my husband and I, between us two, we have 7 children because I adopted my 2 nieces. So
Okay.
yeah, so very, very large family.
Well, good for you. You know, it's always, you know, like
Thank
you
you.
said, you'll
Can you hear
help.
me?
Yeah, she's a helper. You know, that's what, you know, we like doing. You know, we like helping people.
Yeah.
We like making sure that people get the help that they need, you know, and help that they want.
Right. And the information. Right. We always try to mix it up. You got to mix it up. Educate people
Right.
the best that you can. You know, we love networking here. We'll definitely
Right.
have you plug your information and your
It's
phone
kind of
number.
dragging, y'all. This is dragging. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sound like
Barely.
a robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We have some
appreciate
technical
you.
difficulties, so hang in there.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you for coming and tuning in and, you know, telling the people. Yeah, but it does sound like it's staticky. Your
It sound
sound
like
is
a
like.
little robot. Yeah.
Look, I was gonna say her husband that came in. Her husband that came in on the phone call.
It sounds
You
like
know,
a robot.
and added his 2 cents. But that's a good thing. I mean, I'm happy for, you know, we always happy to see anybody, you know, start their own business. It's got to be very difficult to, I mean, she's in Indy, you know, she's been there all her life and she's a Black female. It's got to be extremely hard to even start your own business, you know, without going under somebody else's umbrella.
Especially in this
because
day and time.
exactly, you know, it can be and I'm sure it's a struggle, and I'm sure that's probably why she does not get the big homes in the nice areas that, you know, $1 million homes to, you know, sell, because first of all, she just started, and then second of all, she's definitely not the right color to even do that. That's the unfortunate piece. But, you know, we definitely
Not yet.
wish her well.
Look, not yet, but I'm sure it's probably underway in the works, you know.
Yeah.
And
And
she
I'm
cut,
glad
did she
to
cut back
see.
in?
Huh?
Like I was saying, if she cut back in.
No, but I'm glad she does have 2 means of income.
Yeah.
You know, she's not one of those that's sitting around and not having income coming in, because she's doing 2 things. You know, that medical field is a beast in itself, especially now during the pandemic. So before we leave, so what do you think about? We want to say thank y'all for tuning in. She had some technical difficulties over there in the
We hope she jumped back on so we can give her a positive quote. But go ahead.
Right. What do you think about the women the Black women that's gonna be on coins?
Hey, it's awesome. I'm at the point where I gotta see it to believe it, because they talked all this mess about Harriet Tubman being on a $20 bill, and it never happened. So when I see it, then I'll believe it. But I'm all for it.
But they made the coins already. They made the coins. The coins are already made.
She back.
So my sincerest apologies for this technical difficulty. So
that's okay. Go ahead. Tuck was asking a question about the coins.
What about it?
They are. We talked about how
Angelo.
Yes. We talked about how we know it's difficult for you to be in the field that you're in as a Black female. We know it's difficult for you to be in the field that you're in, and you're starting your own business, you know. So it's very difficult as a Black female being a Black entrepreneur in the areas that are ran predominantly by other people.
Sure.
So we were talking about that. Women are phenomenal. Black
we
women
are.
you know, it said that we keep saying we are phenomenal. We are phenomenal women. So how do you feel about the Black women that's going to be on? I don't know if it's two. I know Maya's one, but it was a couple other ones. I thought they said they were going to put on the coins. What do you feel about that? Being a Black female entrepreneur yourself.
I think it's long overdue.
Yes, I
Long
say the
overdue.
same thing. I have to actually see it to believe it, because they gave us all this hoopla about Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill and it never happened. So when I get it in my hand, though,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
And when I get one, I'm gonna keep that first one I get. You know, I'm gonna put it
Right.
somewhere. Just pray that I don't lose it. But,
Exactly.
you know, I'm definitely gonna keep it somewhere. So I'm hoping and praying that I don't lose it. So
I can see all of us on a coin or a
babe,
dollar
There we
bill.
go. We might have to do that.
Listen.
it's coming. It's
I
coming.
can see it. I can see it.
Trust and believe it's on its way. Ain't no
Yes.
I want to be on that big billboard driving down the expressway too. You know, telling
Okay.
folks,
Listen.
you know, and that's what you're gonna be doing over in Indianapolis. You know,
Yes.
That's right.
You know, they're gonna come.
Speaking.
They're gonna come to you. I mean, so you know, we're happy that you came on. We
Thank
wish
you.
you nothing but the best blessings between you, your family, your kids, your other, you know, job that you're working, because it's got to be stressful and difficult in this pandemic, because things ain't like it used to be.
It is.
Right.
It's not. It's not. So
And
Yes.
it's got to be rough. But, you
Yeah.
know, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for coming and taking part to hang out and talk with us.
Winding down with us.
have
you
me
know,
back
winding down.
anytime. Have me back
Yes.
anytime. So
Yes.
I just wanted to say, you know, yes, I appreciate it. It's been all love. And so I'm happy to come back as often as you guys want me to come back.
And so
And let me know
I was
let
about to
me
say,
know
go ahead.
when you and your husband, let me know when you and your husband start that staging, you know, where y'all staging houses. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm just saying.
I mean, she
you
done
know,
posted some beautiful houses. I mean, the one with the spiral
Yes.
staircase, I was like,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
God.
trying to get people to buy them. So, you know,
yeah,
that's
you know, and with,
So give us
and with the
your
both of you out
information.
staging them and selling them, oh, that's just off the point. Just take the Black photos off the wall, because, you know, they're not going to buy a house if you got Black folks' pictures on the wall. I'm just saying.
yes.
You know, y'all know that's
Hey, I'm gonna record the first house, so I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna be like, Shauna, you got to get me back on this show. You're not gonna believe this.
hey,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's coming. I mean, you know, go to the dollar store and start out buying your little small little items. So, you know, go to the, you know, buy your little things, and you can just, after you sell the house, take them and put them back in the garage and the storage and start all over again. You know, it's like it's got to build. You know, I just like, that's what I do. I like helping people. I give people
I
my own
appreciate
idea.
it. I
That's
appreciate
right.
it.
So give us your information again, so they can follow you and
Yes,
call you and ask you questions for
Sure thing.
anybody that's in Indy.
absolutely. So yes, so it's Tailor Made. So Facebook is Tailor Made, all one word, Realty. You can find me there on Facebook, or you can find me on IG, Instagram at Tailor Made, all one word, _ Fathom. Fathom is spelled FATHOM, Realty. So Fathom.
And your phone
Realty.
number and your contact number.
317 area code. That's a Indianapolis area code.
That's right.
317-345-3550.
Yes.
Good. If I know anybody in Indianapolis who's
Thank
looking
you.
for a house, I would definitely, you know, push them that way, because we do know a couple of people over there. We do know a few people. You know, Indiana, they say, is one of the places when you retire that you should move to. I mean, really, they said. But I'm like, I'm going to Indiana. I'm trying to get up out of Cincinnati. Well, I'm going to Indiana.
You're trying to go back to the warm weather, and I ain't
I ain't got to wear all this and everything. So, but we definitely appreciate you. before we leave. You got to
have
tell
positive
something
quotes.
positive.
That's right.
Hey, so if our opportunity don't open up for you, you got to build the doors yourself. So that's just my little twist on it. So that's how I got into real estate. So you just got to go out and, create opportunities for yourself, especially as a Black woman.
That's what's up. And my positive quote's gonna be, if you don't like the road that you're walking, start paving another one.
Love it.
Yeah.
Right. And you know what?
That's kind of aligned.
There it is, because you gotta have a foundation. So the foundation is the road. Then when you build, you gotta have a door to walk through, because your blessing is gonna be on the other side. So at the end of the day, y'all know what I say? Positive in, positive out. But the one thing that's really important, and I'm gonna tell you all, it has panned out for me, and I pray that it pans out for you all. It's always better to give than it is
Receive.
to receive. And
Love
we
it.
out of here. See y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Good people.